Friday, May 28th, 2021. Who am I? I am James. Who are you? Well, you are you. Where are we? We are here live on twitch.tv/ of course, at home with James. Welcome to the weekend. It is currently 9:07 p.m. on your clock, on my clock, or maybe you don't own a clock. Maybe you look at the time on your computer or your tablet or your mobile device. Maybe you look at the sun. In whichever way you tell the time, you know what time it is. And in case you don't, I just told you. But tonight is a very special night because for the first time in a long time, almost a half year, time is not of the essence if you are in the province of Quebec, specifically in the city of Montreal. In the old days, aka last night, you would have needed to be rushing home right now out of fear of getting a ticket once the clock strikes 9:30. Tonight, it is lifted. It is lifted, and I am the person who has begged people to don't go out. Stay away from the terraces where you can eat and drink and socialize and be jolly, maybe even find a lover. I've asked you to refrain from that for tonight. Why? Because I insist that you watch the show that will never go away. March 2020 is when it all began, when this whole COVID-19 thing was fresh and new and exciting and dynamic. And what are we going to do with ourselves? I know, I'm going to watch Instagram. That's where I was on Instagram. Could you imagine if I revealed tonight, folks, we're taking the show back to Instagram Live. No tech, no nothing. Would never happen. But imagine it. Now that you're done imagining it and realizing how terrible it would be, I want you to give yourself a pat on the back. If you are one of the loyal viewers, audience members, fan base that is stuck with this show from all the way then to all the way now, and you have decided to stay in, maybe you'll go out later on, but you've decided for now to stay in and enjoy an hour and maybe some change of comedy and conversation. I thank you. I applaud you. And maybe one day I will let you buy me a coffee. On tonight's show, this is a good one. Now, when I say it's a good one, I mean it is a good one. Later on, Jason Grimmer is going to be here. Now, Jason Grimmer is notorious for a variety of things. Good sense in eyewear, fantastic hair. He is also known for being the host of Records Ranked, where he and a variety of people go through ranking records in a variety of ways and topics. Now, in case you haven't realized this about me, I like to talk about music. I am no aficionado, as the old timers would put it. Jason, he knows more about music than I ever would, but I can hang in there. I can hang in there for a couple rounds, and I love talking about music on this show, but sometimes I'm not quite sure that this is the show for music. But it's Friday, and there's no better way to celebrate a curfew being lifted where you can go outside and enjoy life than with a soundtrack. Tonight, Jason and myself are going to come together just like we did 1 year ago when we ranked the top 25 greatest Canadian songs of all time. Tonight, we rank the greatest songs to wash your car to. Now, when I thought about this, I thought this is going to be easy. And then as I began to put my list together, I thought this is quite difficult because there's a variety of ways in which you can approach this list. I'd also like to let you know that I don't have a set number. I think I'm up to 13, and that was me having to edit the list. I'll be talking with Jason about his list later on. Also joining us tonight is someone who might be able to lay claim to the most interesting guest to ever grace the presence of you, the at-home audience. Now, we've had a variety of very interesting guests. Dimitri Kira's dad was here. He's a pretty interesting guy. Most recently, Andy Assaf's dad was here. He was very interesting. He told us about Andy masturbating. It was very interesting. We've had God Almighty, Santa Claus has been here. But this person might take the cake. Coming to us all the way from Sweden, Joddaurgh is here. Now, if you don't know who this is, again, interesting, unusual in some ways, perhaps obsessed with me. Now, I'm not saying that to blow smoke up what I would maybe say is my arse, to clean things up, pardon my French. But there is something that connects Joddaurgh with me. Now, earlier on this week, I said that I was going to do my best to be upbeat and positive, and in an effort to do so, I decided to open myself up a little bit to being social with Joddaurgh off of the air. She's been on here to promote her homemade underpants. Tonight, we will talk about something unrelated to her business. Also joining us tonight, he's on the board. He is the man of the hour, too sweet to be sour, funky like a monkey, Andy Assaf. Let's check in with young Andy at the top of the show right now. Andy, how's it going?
Hi, James. Good. How are you?
You know what? I'm doing very well. I'm hoping that we get through this night. It's very crispy in Montreal. I suspect that many yards away, there are people inebriated having themselves a time at the canal, whereas I'm here in the comfortable confines of my cozy home talking with you.
It sounds exciting, James. I mean, we didn't have a lockdown over here, but I am for the first time back in my office.
Yeah.
So doing some late night work here, kind of just typing away and doing crunching a
Can
couple
I tell you
numbers,
something?
ones and twos. Yes.
Now, I don't want you to take this the wrong way. Seeing your couch, I would have anticipated that it would have been stained.
I mean, we try to get the cleaners in here at least like once every 6 months.
Hmm.
But it can be
Prudent.
tough.
Very
Yeah, you
prudent of
gotta
you.
you gotta you gotta get ahead of the problem. You know
Yeah.
what I mean, James. But I've been kind of working on a project that I'm actually pretty excited about, James. It was my birthday last week, so I was a little
Mhm.
busy with this
Let
wonderful
me take a guess.
show.
Can I take a guess?
Sure.
You're gonna come on. You're gonna say, James, I'm gonna find you a girlfriend. We're gonna get a dating app. You're gonna do this, James. We're gonna get you a little smooch, right? Am I crazy? It's
I
Friday. That seems to be the theme on
James,
Fridays.
James, we have done that segment before. We have alluded to the fact that we should make you a dating profile. We should
Mm-hmm.
assemble a council, if you will, to decide
Yeah.
what to put on this dating profile and to get you a girlfriend. But that's not what we're going to be doing tonight, James. It might inadvertently result in such. But
Oh.
tonight I actually have something for the show, for the good of the
Oh.
show. Now that things are opening up, people are going outside, they have better things to do than watch a bunch of dorks on Twitch, chat and chitter and chomp away at the microphone and
Yep.
make some funny characters. Oh, look, he's a horny doctor. That's crazy, right?
Mhm.
I have a marketing idea for you, James, and I'm going to pitch it to you
Okay.
tonight to keep your viewership not only listening to the show, but even more engaged than they already are. Are you ready for this?
Okay, so as things begin to open up, you've got a plan to keep people locked in. I love it, Andy. And I'll tell you what, it's a breath of fresh air. Not that I had a problem with what, let's say, I don't know, Dimitri would do on the show.
Sure.
This is just a different approach. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Tell me.
James, I'm a proactive tech. I want to get ahead of the my job here and kind of add value. So I'm thinking I already did it. I made you a profile on a certain website that I think is going to help create a new cash flow to the
All
website.
right.
But also, it's gonna engage viewers, like I said. So we're gonna go to a presentation board here now. I want you to I just want to hear your reaction when I put it on the board
All
to
right.
see what you think. Are you ready for
Sure.
this,
Yeah,
James?
I am ready and frankly excited.
All right. Welcome to your new career, James.
All right.
You seeing it live on camera right now?
Okay. At the moment, it's up and running. So this looks like, all right. So this looks like you are thinking about setting up a OnlyFans account for
I
me.
I've already set this up. This is
Oh,
live currently. Yeah.
you've already set it up.
So if
Okay,
you
so
go to
can you,
onlyfans.com/@home-with-james, you're going to find Big Boner Boy over here.
okay, now can I ask? And again, the old James would have had an issue with that name. The new James is curious. How did you decide on Big Boner Boy?
Well, I kind of went off of I'm creating a bit of an action plan for you. Like, who is your online OnlyFans persona, right?
Right.
On At Home with James, you're James McGee. Wonderfully lovable, although a little bit crusty sometimes and mad host, but
Sure.
that can talk to anyone and will listen to anyone and will chat with anyone. On
Mm,
OnlyFans, okay,
yeah.
this man walks around,,, , with the biggest swinging set of balls that you have ever seen.
Okay.
Okay? This
Me.
man, you do not
Right.
take shit from nobody. Look at you in that top photo, right? You're just grabbing the world by the
Yeah.
horns, and
So yeah,
you're telling the world,
this
look at me.
this top photo is of course an image from one of the plays that I wrote and produced and performed in. This is from 2018 Scum FM, the Frankie Award winning show. Currently, I'm undefeated in Frankie Award nominations. I like to make it clear that people know that it's
Correct.
important for me. Yeah, so yeah,
Correct.
that character was kind of rough around the edges. Of
Yeah.
course, as you mentioned, didn't take any crud from anyone.
Yeah, you're confident. You're ready. You're ready to go. You're ready to just kind of like tell you, the subscriber to your OnlyFans, what's up. And then this profile picture that I landed on was
Yeah.
kind of a little bit of a different but similar approach, where
Yeah.
here's this kind of mythical side of you. Like maybe this man is a garden gnome come to life, ready to have
Right.
sex with you.
And yeah, and that image is a promotional picture from 2016's Bunum Caramel show that I wrote and produced and performed in, which was listed by the Montreal Gazette as one of the top theater productions of 20s. It's one of those things I like to mention.
Bonhomme Caramel, like our stats are showing that French Canadian guys are doing very well on the platform. So we really wanted to play that up, that side of you. And
you
together we have Big Boner Boy.
Big Boner Boy,
Yeah.
Triple B. Now, I've had a variety of nicknames, right? I've been referred to as the Gym Bag, Lil Cutie, more recently G Boy, the G standing for glamour.
Mm-hmm.
You're saying that Big Boner Boy is something that I should begin angling myself towards, no pun intended, in order to keep things going on the show. So I have this OnlyFans account that will then use the money that is brought in to fund the show, if I'm understanding correctly.
Well, there's a lot of overhead costs, so we're not going to be seeing a profit right away, and a lot of this is going to be reinvested into the account. You know, we got to get you outfits, we got to get you toys, we got to get you, photo shoot time with some of the best OnlyFans photographers that I'm very close with here at my studios here. James, I want to do something special for your viewers tonight.
Okay.
Now, as you can see, that there is a paywall, so to see this content, it's going to cost you a little something. We don't give this away for free. But I want to show to your audience tonight a little sneak preview at what you might see behind the paywall. Are you ready for this?
All right. Yeah, I'm ready, and I'm frankly a little nervous.
Okay, here we go. Here's the first image, James, that I posted late last night. Here, it's coming up on the stream right now. So what do you think of this image?
What do I think of this image? Well, it almost looks like I'm trying to hide, I guess, what you would call a big boner.
That's correct. That's correct. You see this image, you go, this boy probably has a big boner that he's trying to hide from me, and he's being a little cheeky.
Yeah, a little mischievous. Yeah.
Yeah, and of course the caption, thinking of you.
Yeah.
That's sweet. People are going to just fall in love with that right away.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So that's our first image. You land on the page, boom, you see this, you're in, right? You're totally
and
in.
big boner boy is thinking of you.
Yeah. So here's in the next image I posted. This is actually sent in from one of the fans. You already have a fan drawing you here. Thinking of my fans. Thank you to my wonderful fans for me in my natural habitat. What do you think of this?
Right. So this is a drawing that someone did of me eating an egg in a bathtub. So this is almost like some sexy anime.
A little bit, right? I'm thinking now we're connecting, James. Now I'm thinking about this. Like, do we go down the gamer girl route or gamer boy route? Are we going to put you in cat ears? Are you going to start doing ahiago? That's where you have your tongue out and your eyes are crossed. Like, that's really hot right now.
Okay.
Are you going to be playing Overwatch? Like, we got to start thinking of these things and kind of integrating it with your persona here.
The old James would have been a little disturbed by this, but I know that you have a history in OnlyFans. Not only are you an avid subscriber to many accounts, you also, from what I understand, have an account of your own known as the Sweat Lord.
That's correct. Now, it is private, so you're not going to be able to find it, but if you DM me later, I have a couple invites left for the Sweat Lord.
All right.
Let's just say it gets sweaty, James.
Okay, so how about this? How about I check in with you right after our first guest and we see how things are going. Does
I
that
love
work
it,
for you?
James.
All right.
I'm so pumped, man. I'm so freaking pumped. We're gonna take this site again by the horns,
Yeah.
and Big Boner Boy is gonna be huge. I'm really
All
excited,
right.
James. I'm really
So
happy.
things are looking up for Triple B and okay.
I'll see you
Thank
soon.
you for this. And yeah, let's talk soon, Sweat Lord.
All right.
All right. So there you go, folks. This is something that has been used as fodder on the show for over a year now. There is an OnlyFans account. Apparently it's mine. Truthfully, I'm gonna have to get used to this. I did not give permission or consent to any of this. I certainly don't think I would have given myself the name Big Boner Boy for a variety of reasons. But you know what? There's plenty of time to discuss that because the old James would have been up in arms. My armpits would have been just sweating profusely, much like Andy's. The new James, he's as fine and dandy as sugar candy. Let's welcome our first guest. As I mentioned, you know this person. If you don't, you're about to get to know them. She is the curator of her own homemade underwear company. She comes to us from Sweden. Please welcome to the show, Joddaurgh. So nice to see you again.
Hello.
Hey, how are you?
It's fine. Yes.
You're fine. Well, can you tell me about the weather out there? How's the weather looking in Sweden right now?
Right now the sun is down, of course, because time difference and it's middle of the night, and that's why it's hard for me sometimes to answer your calls when you're calling me. But,
right. Right.
So
well, that's precisely why I wanted to bring you on the show tonight. Now, before we get into it, Yoda, how would you define, using a couple words, our exchanges on the show, our conversations in the past?
I approach you, I tell you how I feel. I'm honest. I look you in the eye. I have written you letters. I've contacted radio stations, everything. And you, again and again, you ignore messages. You don't answer the pigeons. You have such little care for the hearts of them. Anyway, it's something that I think we should talk about, but maybe in private.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad that you brought that up because this whole week I've been trying to better myself by opening myself up a little bit more. And you, early this week, it was almost too good to be true. You sent me another email because you send me a number of emails, right?
Yes.
Right. And
I've sent you hundreds of thousands of them. And
right.
Honestly, you say you want to be open, but you don't follow through. You don't follow through.
Well, this is where I take maybe a bit of umbrage, right? Is that okay if I take a bit of umbrage with that?
To me, this would mean something about the color of the couch, like a greenish brown. That's what it is.
No, when I say umbrage, I mean I would like for us to pause because I take slight issue with that.
Oh, yes.
Now, you sent me an email. And again, you said you put it perfectly yourself. You've sent thousands of emails, so it's not always possible for me to answer each one. But
I mean, sometimes when I think about it, I realize it's insane.
No, well, it's not insane, right? Insane is a harsh word. How about this? It's very friendly.
Okay, I like that.
All right, I like that too. Now, you sent me an email earlier this week, and it timed up so perfectly with this, honestly, this mission that I'm on, that I thought, you know what? Maybe it's time that I allow myself to engage with Joddaurgh a little bit more than I'm used to, and frankly, I ever have outside of the show. So a couple days ago, you and I we had a conversation on Zoom.
We did.
Right? And how did you feel like that went?
At the time, I felt pretty elated. I was calm, but also excited. I was thinking about the future, but I was reminiscing on the past. There was a lot of things all at once. A lot of it has to do with you. But now that I'm looking back at it, I have a feeling that it's different, and I think maybe something has changed for me.
All right. Now can I was under the impression that things went okay during our conversation, but perhaps I misread that situation. Can you tell me how things have maybe changed for you?
I don't have the words.
Well, look, I want you to know that this is a safe space and take all the time you want to express yourself.
No, I usually take a lot of time to express myself.
Mhm. Well, I know our Zoom call was 6 hours long. There were a lot of pauses, a lot of pauses.
I like to feel the wind kind of dictating it. Sometimes you don't know what you want to say until it's just there
Mm-hmm.
to grab it. So
Yeah.
that's why I wait sometimes for the spirit
Right.
to come. Actually, speaking of which, I think that I cannot speak so fast until I have a message for you from my cards.
Oh, what were these tarot cards?
This is because, look, I need to know if
Right.
what is happening here is something that I can.
Okay. Okay. Sure. Yeah, I understand.
Okay. So how it works is you count at 5,
Mm-hmm.
and then you press stop, and then I'm gonna pick something out.
Okay. So I'm going to count to 5, and then I'm going to say stop.
Yes.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Stop.
Oh no. I stopped before it said.
Well, how about we try it again, right? We all, you know what? What's the rush?
I think this is the card. James, and I don't want you to deny it.
Okay.
It happens that this card is indicative of something that means we're in danger.
We are in danger. Okay, well that doesn't sound good that we are in danger.
No, I haven't looked at the card yet. It says abundance. Okay, this is good.
Oh, that's good. It's
That's
a chalice full of coins. Does this mean that we're going to make some money?
That is like, I don't know what else is better than that.
Yeah, a chalice full of money, right? This is something. There we go. We're agreeing again. Isn't this nice?
This I like this.
Yeah, and
So,
it's not often that you smile on the show.
You don't think so? In my mind, I am always smiling, running, smiling, and laughing. It's not for you.
It sometimes appears that you're very serious on the show, and please don't mistake that for a criticism, right?
Yes.
Well, it's a nice smile. Do you want to look at some more cards?
Yes, I would like to.
All right.
Look, I have different cards here. This is different. Maybe not going to find an answer here, but you can.
All right. Okay, so it's a different. Now this is a different pack of cards.
It's different. They have sayings. You're going to have to be using your right brain.
Okay. All right. Now, am I counting to 5 and saying stop again?
Yes.
All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Stop. Oh, this must be a funny card.
This is a very auspicious card.
Okay, auspicious. Ooh.
This is 7 of diamonds, and it says, "Thank you for the memories."
Thank you for and it says memories. So is this a bit of, that was really nothing auspicious about that.
I think that means something to do with, it's like growth.
Yeah, can I tell you how I interpret it?
Yes, I would like that very much.
It feels like some wordplay about breasts.
It's not what I was reading it now.
Okay.
Don't think so. I think I was reading it's like a message about like keep your face clean.
That's what you took from that card?
I wish you'd understand me, James. Like I feel
what? Look,
try, and I'm like trying to communicate with you using messages from beyond, and your response is constantly what? I can't find it answered.
And you know what? I think this is probably, looking back on our Zoom conversation, the 6-hour marathon. I think, you know what? Honestly, it's probably my fault.
It's okay.
Well, do you have any other cards?
I have this extra thing. I don't know about it. It was something that, how I was saying that I make underwear, underpants, and things like
this. Of course, yeah. And where can people find your underpants online?
It's Yoda.worldnet.
Right.
.spouse.
Oh, a new URL.
Yes, it's kind of like for specialty.
Right, I understand. Okay, so yeah. Oh, this is a very charming hat.
I feel ridiculous.
No, you don't. There what?
I don't know. No, it's that I did make this, and it was my first thing that I ever made, and God, did I love it! And I wore it every day, and it was
You know what I
warm.
think? You have nothing. You have nothing to feel ridiculous about. If you want to feel ridiculous, you can. I think just put the hat back on. Put the hat back on. I did not think you looked ridiculous. I thought you looked cool.
Because I don't want to be teased for my qualities. Like I'm
I-
artistic, I know that.
I don't think anyone is teasing you, Yoda. There you go. Right. I think it's a lovely hat. Right. You look like a modern wizard.
I have some powers.
Oh, well, look, I would say that I would agree with that, right? You speak with a lot of power. You're a very emotionally strong person. So when you tell me that you have powers, I believe it.
Thanks, James.
Well, you're welcome.
No, I feel it. Since I told you we had powers, because we both do, and I know you have powers, but you maybe not connected to it.
You think I have powers?
I think yes, you can maybe read books when they're not open. This kind of thing.
Whoa, okay. Can I tell you that I feel flattered?
Me too. Flattened.
No, flattered.
I feel so.
Well, can I hear more about your powers?
One of my special powers is that hinges on doors.
Hinges on doors, yeah.
So hard sometimes when they get cold, you get stuck, can't get in.
Right, yeah.
I just I have like a capacity with a little bit of mental power, some spraying liquids, because open the doors easily.
Okay.
And I can tell by your look on your face, you don't think that's really good. But
no, I was listening.
You don't.
No, this is my looking face. This is my looking and listening face, right? It's this.
Doesn't look like you're listening.
I think, I'll tell you what I think. I think that it is very industrious of you to have the capabilities to both mentally, but also manually fix hinges on doors, right? I can't do that.
Thank you for noticing.
You're very welcome.
It's like, you know what I'm thinking. It's like the book of my life was not written, and you were reading it through the covers
without it being opened, right? You know what? Can I make a prediction? Right?
Yes.
I think if you and I ever engage off of the show, it will be so much more seamless than the other night, right?
That was awkward the other night. I was trying to explain to you.
Go ahead. You can tell people what you were trying to explain to me.
Well, I don't know the rules of croquet, but I was trying to explain all of the different things that happened during that.
During croquet, yeah. And I am very naive to croquet, but you know what? Sometimes these initial conversations, they're not always as smooth as we hope for them to be. But look at us. We persevered and we're pushing through, right?
I suppose so. It's partially because of all we've been through.
Right. It's been a lot, right? It's been a lot. We've had some roller coasters, you and I.
Thank you so much.
Well, you are very welcome. Well, before we let you go, when do you think we will next speak, right?
October is looking open for me so far.
October?
20th?
Yeah, I think I can make October 20th work. Right?
Are you truly writing it down?
I am, yes.
It looked like you were just miming it.
No, I was not miming it. I did write it down.
Okay.
Right. Well, it's no, after please.
No, it's fine. I just I feel maybe like it wasn't the ending that you wanted, then that's fine. But
no, I did not go into this.
I don't have predictions for everything, and I know that you want your show to be great, and
I think it is. And can I tell you that I believe that you have helped make it great?
look at the compliments,
Right. Well, look, I know a thing or two about a thing or two.
one thing or two. Doesn't make me.
Is everything okay?
I think I might need to go have some soup or something. So.
All right. Well, I hope you enjoy the soup, and it's always a treat, and it's always interesting talking to you, Joddaurgh.
Thank you.
And can I just ask you before you leave, how do you spell your name?
J-A-U-D-A-U-A-U-G-H. What do you feel about that?
I feel that it's a great way to spell a name.
So to spell that, all plus point worldnet.org.
Right. That is your website where people can buy your underpants.
And other things.
Right. Okay. Well, thanks so much for being here, and have a good rest of your time spent awake.
Thank you.
Talk to you soon.
Good night.
Good night to you too.
Have a great day tomorrow. If you go.
And I hope the same for you. It's always good. It's always good when Joddaurgh pops by. I'm going to have to retroactively watch the show to write down how to spell her name properly. Look, I said that I'm a new man. If 2 months ago I said I'm going to hang out on Zoom with Joddaurgh for 6 hours, you would have said, James, are you crazy? And I may have said at that time, yeah, I am. I'm crazy like a fox. But right now, it's a new world out there. Folks, let's check in with the man who, without my agreement, created an OnlyFans account on my behalf, Andy Assaf. Andy, let's check in. How are things rolling? Were you sleeping on the job there?
Yeah. Sorry, James. Yeah, man. How's it going?
Yeah, doing good. You see that conversation with me and Joddaurgh?
James, I was a little busy. However, we have gotten, since the beginning of the show, okay, this just came in, we've gotten 15 subscriptions from some, it kind of looks like all of them are like weird gibberish accounts, so I don't know if they're bots yet, but there's like a lot of Y's and AURDs and stuff, but that's, I don't know if you remember how much I put the subscription cost, but that's a lot of dough.
Yeah, okay, so 15 though, even if they're bots, look, a guy like me who's hard on his luck, who is looking for any way to pay his hydro bill, that's a lot of cheddar, that's a lot of cheese.
Now again, there's going to be a big, a big cutoff again because it's the beginning of your account. We're gonna reinvest a lot of this money into building out your brand, but this is good. We're already starting to get maybe a fin sub, as we say in the biz, which is a financial submissive. James.
Okay, now can you explain what a financial submissive is?
I'd love to.
People that don't know, including myself.
So you, in this situation, would be the fin dom, where you're the financial dominatrix. Okay? So you are dominating your fans to paying you exorbitant amounts of money for your content.
I'm dominating my fans.
Well, this is kind of where I'm starting to steer your brand. This is what I want to show you, okay? So I have a couple more hot preview images for your stream here. Again,
all right, now
please subscribe at Big Boner Boy, onlyfans.com/@home.
That's not going to get us banned, right?
James, are you not sex positive? Come on, man. And if Twitch bans us for this, that's Jeff Bezos' loss. Let me just say that. Okay, so let me see what are we going to show you here? Okay, yeah. So this is the first one that I'm really excited about.
Okay.
You want to read that one out for us?
Yeah, I'm ready to read this one. Of course, this is from my new OnlyFans account.
This will be hot. It's kind of interactive to hear your voice say it.
Yeah, this says, "You make me want to scream."
Okay, now can you Can you add just a little bit more? You're screaming here, James.
Okay, so you want me to scream the word scream?
I did I capitalize it for you to whisper it?
All right, okay, fair enough. You make me want to scream.
Oh, that is good. We just got 4 more subs just after that. I'm
Whoa,
just
okay.
predicting.
Well, I have to say I'm a little nervous, right?
Okay, okay.
Kind of turning around for me
Ooh,
here.
this is getting hot, and I'm getting hot and bothered. This is great. You know, you're going to be a little bit more aggressive on the timeline, and that's going to people
see,
are going
that
to be
makes
like,
sense. If people wanting to be dominated, they probably want that aggression, right?
yeah. So we have them here. Okay, James.
Yeah.
Now we're going to get a little dirty again. Are you ready for this?
All right.
All right. Here's the next one.
Okay. Once again, this is on my brand new OnlyFans account.
Oh boy, what do you think?
Right. So yeah.
Can you read this out? Can you read this one out?
I can read this out. I'm a filthy boy.
Yeah, James.
Hmm?
What do we say about capitalized letters?
Right. Okay. I need to verbalize it the way that it is written.
If you need to get into character, don't worry. Like, I can vamp a bit while you get into character.
No, it's okay. I think I can do this. So here's my take on this one.
Okay.
I'm a filthy boy.
Okay. Okay.
Is that
You
better?
took it a different direction. I like it.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Because look, you're just covered in what looks to be women, right? They're going to be like, this guy's a playboy. There's
a lot of
supermodels.
Right? It's a lot of implication in this
symbolism.
I'm in a pool, excuse me, not a pool, of course, it's a bathtub, surrounded by nude Barbies that I bought from the Village de Valor right near Namur. So, yeah.
Oh, Namur Metro is the hottest metro. We should definitely do a shoot there. This is good. Right. I'm going to write this down somewhere.
Okay, I will too. Sexy James shoot Namur Metro?
Yeah, right near where I formerly worked, which actually works really well in this segment.
Yeah,
but we'll move on.
Back when you were a skin peddler, but we'll save that for another
we'll
show.
Save that for later. Okay, this one, now we're back to getting aggressive. Are you ready for this, James? This one I'm very proud of.
I'm nervous, but I'm ready.
This is linking your past performance life with your current performance life.
Okay.
Here we go. What do you think?
Okay, well, this is definitely linking my past to my current. So this one says, felt cute, might body slam you later, with like kind of an emoji face.
Oh man, James, if I'm one of these subscribers that just paid $3,000 to see your content and I see this, whoo, I'm going to take a nap and drink a big glass of Arnie Palmer.
Well, you're convinced this is going to make the show money if I take the OnlyFans leap?
Look at the image, James. You've already taken the leap, my friend.
And the delivery? How is the delivery?
This is why I didn't ask you for permission, because this is about taking the leap. And I trust me, James, this will open so many doors. I already have a couple producers that are interested to work with you on different websites. We're talking Naughty America. We're talking maybe babes.com. We're talking maybe bigtitsatwork.com. We're talking about stepbrother, stepsister.com. We're talking about all sorts of great stuff.
There's a lot of URLs that I'm not sure that the old James would enjoy promoting on this show.
I think the old James is very well versed in these URLs. Thank you very much, James.
Well,
but now you can be on these websites.
I think that you may have mischaracterized the old James.
I don't know. I think I know the old James pretty well, and I'm very excited to meet the new James.
All right. Well, Andy, the new James is about to chat about some music to wash your car to. How about we check in a little bit? That
sounds great. Car washing, it's already giving me some ideas. I'm going to go back into the lab and work my magic, and I'll see you later, James.
You work on that. Thank you, Andy. Folks, we are on the highway. We are blasting towards the conclusion of the show. If you're just tuned in, thanks so much for being here. Andy Assaf, he's got an OnlyFans account that he has made in my... I don't know what word to put, honor, let's put it, if I was going to put it in a positive way. And we are about to welcome a man who, much like I, has built a list, the top songs to wash your car to from Records Ranked. He is the host of that show, and now he is the guest on this show. It is Jason Grimmer. Jason, what's up, man?
Hey, man, I'm super happy to be here. Thanks for having me, James. I'm glad to mark this occasion the curfew's over.
Yeah, the curfew is over. I want to party with you after this show.
I said I'm being told I'm loud.
You're getting a production note that only comes into our ear. Your mic, I guess, is pretty hot, but you know what? For a segment like this, it's
is this okay, Randy?
Yeah, apparently that's an even hotter mic.
Is that better there? Thanks. Yeah, is that good? This is total rock and roll radio broadcasting.
This is
talk.
rock and roll,
it's my element. I know it.
Now, Jason, before we get into it, I have to thank you. You've been a true contributor and supporter of this show since day one, and this has brought us together to talk about what I think in a lot of ways bonded us from the start, which was talking about music. I think one of my earliest music memories with you was discussing Dr. Hook and the Medicine Show's drunken performance on a German TV show.
Yeah, which remains the finest live performance of all time.
Yeah,
beating out such greats as Led Zeppelin, In Excess.
Yeah,
Howard Jones, like great acts with great live shows.
Now I'm very impressed. I'm very impressed that you managed to lump Howard Jones in with In Excess and Led Zeppelin.
You got to see them live, just like Fish. You got to see them live.
All right. Well, let's talk about what has brought us here. A couple days ago, I had gone into your place of work, Cheap Thrills, located downtown, and I told you that I wanted to put together a playlist of the greatest songs to wash your car to. You, I, and your coworker began to talk about these potential songs. I would say vastly different lists from all three. And as I mentioned off the top of the show, this was a little bit more, in a deceiving way, difficult than I had anticipated, because there's a variety of ways that I can approach this. Now, can you tell us how you've approached your list?
I can. So at first I found it a little daunting. I mean, I have an encyclopedic knowledge of hot summer rock songs.
Yeah.
I could make you a playlist. If you said to me, "Hey, Jason, can you make?" It's done right away. It's done, and I sent it to you.
Yeah.
So this one I tried to narrow down to actual, did it work in the field? Now, I have an older brother, and my older brother, when I was a teenager, had a red Chevy Nova.
Okay.
And he would sit outside my window in the driveway, come out in his short shorts and no shirt, wearing some sunglasses, open up the car doors, and blast certain tunes. So I got to see in the field this shit working. So I can tell you with authority, these are the greatest car washing songs.
Now, it's important to note that neither you and I drive.
Yes, that's true. That's true. I saw it. I was like, I'm not going to achieve anything higher than that peak.
All right. So, now, Jason, can I ask you, how many songs do you have? Because I've narrowed my list down to 13, and much like you, I could have kept going and going and going.
I did bring it down to a top 5. I have some honorable mentions,
Right.
But it was whittled down from a list of 715.
Okay, so this is impressive that you managed to accumulate 715 and you got rid of 710. Jason, I would like for you to go through your top 5 right now.
You want me to do all 5 in a row?
Let's try it.
Sure thing. At number 5, it's a song everyone knows. It's a song most people love, but it is particularly suited to washing a car. It's Urgent by Foreigner.
Now,
do you know the song?
I came extremely close to you are so fired up that
I got so excited there I almost knocked the mic over. This is normal in rock business.
You and I discussed the potential of crossover. I came extremely close to adding this song to my list.
It makes sense, right? Because you hear it. It's all about the lines of the car. It's all about the sort of it's everything, and it plays into that. It's got a moodiness to it.
Yeah. Can you give us a little bit of Urgent?
I can give you that sort of guitar sound.
Sure. That's the beginning of the song, right?
Yeah. And then like, urgent. It's urgent. I don't want you to get shut down, so I won't.
No. I liked your very soft lyrical approach to that one. That's the unplugged version that they did.
Here's one of the top rules of radio broadcasting. Don't give it all hot at the first. Save it for the end. Okay?
All right.
So I'm really, you can see I'm simmered up.
Yeah.
But,
now, can I ask you, is your list predicated on hot summer rock?
I think that if you're washing your car, generally it's summertime.
Now, I'm going to give you a spoiler. Mine is based around hot summer rock.
I mean, this is a multi-purpose list.
Okay, and
if you don't have a car,
so this is the thing. This could have been a week-long event, and frankly, it should have been. Let's go to your number 4.
Okay, my number 4 is, and this is a great one, and it almost didn't make it on the list, but it definitely fits, is Magic Man by Heart.
Okay, now I'm going to tell you something that Heart also appears on my list, but it is not Magic Man.
Well, we're going to have a problem if it's crazy for you.
It is not Crazy for You. And it isn't
Then,
the song.
then I know what it is,
I
and we
believe it's
don't have a
Crazy on-
problem.
Crazy on
Crazy
You.
on you, yes. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. Again,
Yeah, you're
Fired
fired
up.
up and I'm fired up. Okay, so again, I like that there is some type of simpatico with our list. So yeah, you want to give us a little bit of a Magic Man?
I'm bad with lyrics because I just sort of feel the groove through
How
vocals.
about a bit of that? How about a bit of that bass line?
Dun, 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 dun.
There we go. I think we've
Na
settled
na
that.
na 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 na. Na 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 na. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, this is perfect. We don't need the lyrics, and we've got you giving us mouth bass and
Yeah.
a tune. Okay, great. What comes in at number 3?
Number 3 was a really tough one. I'll tell you why. And it really took two groups of a massive magnitude to come together to create this hit that is perfect for car washing. You know what I'm talking about, right? It's Walk This Way by Aerosmith and Run DMC.
Okay, now Aerosmith also appears on my list.
Yeah, but I bet Run DMC doesn't.
It does not.
And I listen, in that time today, I spent probably I'd say 9 hours on this. And I listened to Walk This Way by Aerosmith. I listened, Sweet Emotion almost made it. I mean, it's there somewhere. And then I went, no. Run DMC mixed together. And if you play them back to back, you'll see what I mean.
Okay, so this is a good pick. I would agree. This is a definite car washing song. What comes in at number 2?
Number 2 was something that didn't make it on the list at first. Wait a second. I might have 6 here, James. I'm sorry. We're going to do it. So ignore the first one.
Okay.
And we're just going to go straight. This is, I guess I have 3 more in the top. Is
Okay.
that cool? Sorry.
Yep.
Again, another, cardinal rule busted.
It's Friday night. Anything goes.
It's a curfew. It's got me flustered. Lenny Kravitz, Are You Gonna Go My Way?
Now, this is interesting because this is not of the time period that you were kind of hovering around. My list does not surpass the 80s. Lenny Kravitz has got some bangers that are good for the summer.
This was the best.
Yeah.
You know the song?
Could you imagine him playing this song while you're washing your car? He's doing a live performance, and just like he did at that festival, his pants tear and his penis falls out.
His dick falls out. I can't imagine it.
You mistake it for a hose.
Yes. I think Andy actually worked on a film that had this exact premise.
Yeah. I think he starred in it.
He might have.
Yeah.
It was called Is There a Bigger Hose Out Back?
Yeah.
Okay, so again, we're moving ahead. Oh, what was yours, by the way?
What was my what?
Are you not going to give me mine? You're going to give yours afterwards.
I'm going to give you mine after.
Okay. So moving along, this is what I thought was my number 2. I got mixed up. It's a tie. It's a tie by one band. It's probably the Canadian patron saint of car washing songs. You know what I'm talking about. You want to take a guess?
I'm going to guess that it's Honeymoon Suite.
You are incorrect.
I'm incorrect. Okay.
Do you want one more guess?
Is it Loverboy?
Bam! The Kid is Hot Tonight.
Yeah.
And Turn Me Loose.
Yes.
Turn Me Loose, which tells the sordid tale of a male prostitute.
Yeah, but this is only
working his way up to.
This is your working theory, not confirmed.
These are the lyrics, and working his way up through the business to eventually become a hot dog magnate and a hard rock singer.
Now, do you want to give us a little bit of "Turn Me Loose"? Great, we'll pause that there.
I'm a man of needs, and I'm down on my knees, making love to whoever I.
It's probably a good thing we turned down the gain on that hot mic after that impersonation. Now, this is the second time this song has appeared on a list on this show. Again, it originally appeared on the top 25 greatest Canadian songs of all time. Now, there was a tie. Now, what comes in at number 1?
Dude, this is the craziest thing of all. This is a band who, in reality, I could have named their entire oeuvre as car washing. There's not a song. I went through them all.
Yep.
Every hit, all the deep cuts.
Yep.
Every one of them would be like, I can get my car clean and look good doing it. but there's only one song that hit #1, and this is
Okay.
it. But I'm going to show you some fan art first to give you a little clue as to who it is.
Fan art affiliated with the song, okay? Okay. Well, who did you do this fan art, or was this found at a flea market in Saint Michel?
You got it correct. I did find it at a flea market.
Oh, great. How much you pay for this?
$13. It was, the song is Sharp Dressed Man.
Now, this, they did not make my list, but me hearing you say this makes all the sense in the world.
Yeah. Picture a red Chevy Nova.
Yeah.
And just someone just whacks a small town wannabe Tom Cruise.
Yeah.
Just out there and waxing that car down, hoping some girlies walk by to notice.
Mm-hmm. Now, can you give us a bit of Sharp Dressed Man?
I sure can. Everyone's crazy for a sharp dressed man.
Great. We'll pause that there. Okay. Can I hear about some of these honorable mentions?
Yep. Okay. So I think that a lot of these skew to the youthful side. Mm-hmm. And I think that it's good to really recognize that as you get older, you still got to wash your car.
Hey, look, we cater to a youthful audience.
Right. So I thought throw someone in who for their entire time as a star was a middle-aged man, and that would be, of course, David Wilcox would do the Bearcat.
Okay, so I will let you know that David Wilcox also appears on my list.
But not this song. Not this
song.
Sexy blues rocker.
Yeah, not the song where he talks about how it's the name of the song in the song.
Can you sing that for us? Because I don't think I could do it justice.
Ooh, do the Bearcat. Ooh, that's the name of the song. Do the Bearcat. Yeah.
And to be fair, you could mow the lawn to that as well. I think.
Yeah, you could mow the lawn to that. You could set up a tree house to that.
Yeah.
There's a variety of yard-based things you can do to do the Bearcat.
Another one that shows up on this, which really almost made it into the top 5, top 6, was Money for Nothing by Dire Straits.
Now, this came dangerously close to making my list. But I almost thought that the song rocked too much that it would take you off course and stop you from cleaning your car.
Yeah, I think that that's a valid concern for sure. I think that one really, the reason I took it off my list was because my stepbrother used to begrudgingly take me to school, high school, and he would sit in the driveway revving the car waiting for me, and he would always, as soon as we drove out, the start of that song would start as we drove out, and
right,
then he would drop me off.
That kind of prolonged intro with Sting talking about how he wants his MTV, followed by the
my MTV. I never got to hear the end of that song because my stepbrother always dropped me off.
Oh yeah,
away from school.
It was a very long intro.
Yeah, exactly. No, not only that, he was not driving me to school. He didn't want to be seen with me. So
I understand.
I picked Journey, Raised on the Radio, for one reason only. Classic Judge Reinhold scene in Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
Well,
him washing his car.
It also features radio, which is inside of a car.
Totally does. Raised on the Radio. Journey, right?
Mm-hmm.
And let me just throw these two out, talk about them together. Devo Whip It.
Yep.
Because if you're washing your car, there's a lot of this.
Yeah, you're whipping your rag,
And then you're kind of just sliding down the...
Maybe some people whipping their shirt
doing
off.
the rims, spraying.
The shirt off, yeah. Well, you might not want to spray your computer with a spritz there. Now,
and then just woo!
What's your final honorable?
My last one for the great song that almost made it was Right. It was Right Said Fred, I'm Too Sexy.
Yeah, okay. So I like, this is kind of a different approach, more of a studly approach as opposed to a
fun
approach. Yeah.
I call it fun and just something for the whole family as well. Not something that's all focused on crotch bulges, more fun.
Now, I like this list. I think this is good. You've given us two very unique lists. I'm going to try to blast through mine a little bit because we're pressed for time, but I also have a much larger list than yours.
Okay, sure.
Now, this is no particular order. I'm going to begin with Bad Company, Rock and Roll Fantasy. Now, I think that many Bad Company songs could have been all Bad Company.
I mean, if ZZ Top didn't exist, yes.
Okay, so you're saying in a ZZ Topless world, then we have Bad Company with Rock and Roll Fantasy at the top of the Bad Company only car washing list.
I'm saying the name of a business, a new strip club called ZZ Topless would be great.
Yeah.
ZZ Top, the best from the bad, like for washing your car, for just living in the moment at that time,
Yeah.
for sure. Bad Company, great.
So I feel like there could have been more Bad Company, more ZZ Top, right?
I think this list could have been 750
Yes.
songs.
Okay, I'm going to quickly transition immediately to the Eagles, Life in the Fast Lane.
Sure.
Right? Got that car theme. You're driving down the highway. Your car probably gets a little dirty.
I feel like you're kind of a cokehead too.
Yeah.
Maybe?
Okay.
It's got a cokehead vibe.
This is a multifaceted car song.
Sure.
Now, my CanCon representation begins here with Kim Mitchell, Rock and Roll Duty.
Can you say a bit of that for me?
Yeah, Rock and Roll Duty. Well, it begins with I don't do the drums well. Yeah.
That's pretty good. He's just doing his rock and roll duty.
Yeah, creating a buzz.
Yeah.
Now, this is where heart comes into play. I went with Barracuda.
I almost did too, but I didn't. But I'm glad you picked it because I think it's good to have both represented.
Now, I'm now going to transition to Grand Funk Railroad. Originally, I had considered Shining On. I switched it over to the more radio-friendly Some Kind of Wonderful.
Oh, okay. I mean, I guess it's a fun one. It's a fun one for sure. It doesn't have that element of chrome sleeves.
No, it doesn't. So I opted for, there's a couple Saturday car washes here, but then a couple Sunday morning car washes.
Oh, yeah.
Now, this is where, again, Aerosmith comes in. I went with Sweet Emotion.
Valid. Totally valid.
Sweet Emotion.
Yeah.
Back to CanCon. Trooper, the boys in the bright white sports car.
Of course. Sure. Canadians were a lot of times uniquely suited for this sort of soundtrack.
This is, when you think about Canadians, you think about washing cars, and more Canadians. I went with David Wilcox, Laying Pipe. The Song of the Common Man.
And about having sex with his wife that he's too tired to.
Yeah, because he works all day.
Yeah.
Now, I'm going to jump over to Bob Seger, which I think falls in kind of a ZZ Top category.
You were totally, I agree.
Now, would you like to guess which Bob Seger song I've selected? It ain't a slow one. I'll tell you what, it ain't Night Moves, which is a song about, I believe, maybe taking a drive and losing your virginity.
Yeah. It's not going to be Against the Wind.
It's not Against the Wind.
It's not going to be Turn the Page.
It's not Turn the Page.
It's going to be Old Time Rock and Roll.
That came very close, but I went with Ramblin' Gamblin' Man.
Oh, that's great. Good choice for sure. I do think Seeger falls into that sort of hallowed list like ZZ Top does for sure.
Now, this will go on my honorable mention. You wouldn't wash your car. Well, maybe you could. In songs about having sex in a car, Meatloaf, Paradise by the Dashboard Lights.
That's more. I think that more is about a different list, which would be
songs
backseat action.
Songs to have sexy. Okay, well, we're gonna do this again. I'm moving on now. This one might come out of left field. Spooky Tooth, Fantasy Satisfier.
Remind me of this song, James.
Fantasy Satisfier.
What is this song about?
I don't know, satisfying your fantasies? Maybe Backseat Lovin', but again, it rocks. Now I'm going to go, again, car-ish, Sweet, Fox on the Run.
Oh, God.
Oh, yeah. You get it.
Oh, that is so good.
There's like that... I think there's maybe two other people enjoying this conversation. One of them might be my mother, who's like, I'm going to listen to these songs after this. Now,
well, I mean, we should put together a playlist for her.
This is going to be what the show becomes. Here's my last one. Again, this no particular order. ELO, Don't Bring Me Down.
Wonderful. You know what else would have fit that as well? Showdown.
Oh, Showdown, a little bit slower, right?
Still sexy, chrome erotica.
Okay, so maybe that's at nighttime. Maybe that's like as the sun's going down, you're scrubbing.
Why is he washing his car this late at night?
Yeah.
Because I'm going out at night. Why the fuck else wouldn't I be?
Look, now, we talked earlier about how this is a multi-purpose list. I believe that mine might also just be a road trip playlist list.
100%. I also believe that it's going to be a road trip playlist for us.
Now, you believe, again, neither of us drive.
We'll get Andy to drive us.
Okay, so Andy will be driving us somewhere, and we will listen to our car washing ultimate playlist / road trip playlist.
Yeah. Up and down Sherbrooke Street.
Now, this is the thing. We could do this another 5 nights a week with, again, 13 to 20 new songs every night. We could go by decade. We could go by it could be greatest Canadian songs to. Again, Jason's fired up. Jason is fired up. He's been high on the show before. I'm not convinced he isn't high now. Now, Jason, anything else to add before we start to wind things down?
Sure, and I'll make it quick. But I also did the top 5 or top 3 worst car wash songs of all time. Okay, so we're gonna start at number 3. "Teach Your Children" by Crosby, Stills, and Nash.
Now, it's very funny that you mention this because I was looking like, I wonder if there's any CSN or CSNY songs that could make the list, and the closest thing that I landed on it was not Sweet Judy Blue Eyes. It was Woodstock. It was Woodstock.
Yeah, I guess. But don't you agree? "Teach Your Children" is not really.
No, I think
terrible.
I think that this could be another sub list of the worst Crosby, Stills, Nash songs to wash your car to, because after you get the Crosby, Stills, Nash album, then Deja Vu, it is a fast and furious drop off in quality after those 2 albums.
Totally. It's
shocking.
It's almost hard not to imagine something worse, but here we go.
Yeah, this might be a new list. Yeah.
Here's number 2.
Please.
"Time in a Bottle."
Okay, so again, there's a variety of Jim Croce songs, because you could have added "Working at the Car Wash Blues."
But that would have been in the better.
Yes.
That was on my top 750.
Now, "Time in a Bottle" is a great pick because he wrote a lot of upbeat fun songs, but a lot of absolutely destroyed songs. Now, Joe Conto's in the chat right now. He's talking about heartbreak songs, but hearing Jim, like, imagine you're turning your hose, it's a beautiful summer day, and then
"Time in a Bottle." Yeah, but you're spraying. No one wants to be reminded of your death at some point washing a car.
You could add "Photographs and Memories," Jim Croce, to that list. You could add "Operator" to that list.
"Operator,
yeah,
can you help me make this call?"
Yeah, he just wants to call his girlfriend that's dating his best friend while you're wiping down soap off your.
But I picked that as my number 2. I chose that Jim Croce song. But there's one song that wins. It beats it all.
All right.
The absolute worst song to wash your car to.
Please.
Not just based on the tempo, but lyrical content and really what kind of inspired the song to begin with. It's Axeman Eric Clapton's "Tears in Heaven."
Oh, God.
The worst song to wash your car to, unless you're going to a funeral.
I don't think it could get any worse. I think that an honorable.
"Would you say my name?"
Yeah, I don't even want to get into the conditions of the song. I think maybe, another horrible song to wash your car to that's marred with sadness is maybe a 90s hit "Brick" by Ben Folds. Right?
See, that's on my list of songs most likely to not get you laid.
Yeah. Oh, you're saying 6 a.m. day after Christmas. Throw some clothes on in the dark.
That song has as much sex appeal as a man in a derby playing a mandolin on the corner.
Oh, which is also Andy's final segment tonight. Jason, look, we have to do this on some level. I am so incredibly tempted to say that will be the new spin-off of this show. It's almost like what At Home and Records Ranked, if they were to merge and have these niche lists that no one would ever care to put into a playlist. I think on some level it needs to exist.
Wouldn't it be great if we could actually hear them?
Yes, yeah, we can with a live audio stream only that gets podcasted with only a very brief snippet.
Well, I mean, that's something to try and attain.
Jason, I got a lot of time on my hands, so maybe we have our next joint venture.
Okay, buddy.
Jason, Thanks so much for doing this.
Man, it was a pleasure.
Yes, this was a pleasure. I'll talk to you soon.
Okay, buddy. Take care.
That's Jason Grimmer. Look, guys, I don't talk about music on this show much. If you're here to see, Mean Business and COVID 69 and the Connor Roses and the Rodneys and Raquel's cleavage and things like that, that's like 90% of the show. I love it all. I love it all. But sometimes I gotta let James have a piece of the pie, and a piece of the pie is talking about music once every so often. And I hope you liked it, right? I hope you liked it. Folks, let's check in with Andy. We're going to get back to the dirty stuff. I promise. Here's Andy Assaf. One last time, we're going to check in on my OnlyFans account.
No, Brando, I told you I want to get him an AVN by June, okay? What's that? Johnny Sins? Riley Reed, she's canceled. She's having to come back? Okay, we'll see if we can pencil him in. He's doing a black.com shoot on Wednesday and then another Big Tits at Work. Let me get back to you, Brando. Let me get back. Hold on, Brando. I'll get back to you. Okay, bye.
Andy, can I ask you a question?
Yeah, sorry. We're busy here, James. We're getting calls off the freaking hook after that last segment.
Can I ask you something?
Yes. Hold on. Let me just brush off. I have a little bit of dust on my table. Let me get this next segment ready. Shit. No, okay, that's the wrong page. Okay. Sorry, what's up, James?
Yeah, Andy, are you trying to book me for adult entertainment?
James, we have a lot of opportunities coming your way, and I need you to be open to them, okay? This is Boogie Nights.
What's this?
This is Boogie Nights for you, James. That I'm creating a Canada's Wonderland of pleasure for you, and all you have to do is just show up and perform.
Okay, so you are likening me to a bit of a Canadian Dirk Diggler.
Exactly, but you are. What was your name again? Little Boner Boy.
My name is James.
The Little Boner Boy, and you're doing your drum.
Oh, I thought it was the big. I thought it was the big Boner Boy.
Look, James, we don't have time for freaking semantics here. I am high as a kite, and we are about to go through your last bit of content. Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
We're way over time on this show. Okay, so here's a freaking aggressive post. What does it say, James?
Well, okay, I'm ready. I'm ready to read this. Tip or else. So this is me, I guess, screaming at my fan base to send me extra money.
Exactly, James. You are demanding that they tip on every single one of your posts. And let me tell you, the FinDom world, you are going to clean up. They are going to max out their tips on you. Now, this is already working, James, okay? We got a lot of opportunities lined up, James. I am talking about, okay, some of the hottest stars that are going to be working with you, James. All you have to do is just take that leap of faith, like I said. James, here's another post for you.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
What do you think of that?
I'll be the master of your ceremony.
Ooh, that's taking your hosting abilities, James. Yeah. And you're hosting your horny fans in a session of pleasure that they're not gonna be able to get enough of you. Okay,
look,
James.
Andy, can I break this down for you?
James, I have 3 mortgages on 3 different Hollywood Hills mansions set up for shoots next week. This better be positive, or I might snap.
Andy, all week long I have been doing my absolute best. I've been doing my best. From start to finish, I've been trying to be upbeat and friendly and less crusty and less crotchety, more open. But in doing that, and coming to this moment where you set up an OnlyFans account, I can't help but feel and tell you that throughout all of this, these peaks and valleys, I have betrayed myself. I've betrayed myself, okay? And whether it's dealing with these Dr. Jack Nasties and Jennifer Mouthfuls on Wednesday, or dealing with Socrates on Monday, and now this, I want to know why people are so effing obsessed with my intimacy life. It sounds like people, frankly, are projecting onto me, and I just want, you know what, if people want to go and get busy, you go do it. I'm going to walk by the canal once we wrap this show up. If I see 2 people screwing on a cinder block, that's their business. But for me, look, I think it's time that I go back to the old James and close myself off to the world. The only thing I want to do right now is wash a car.
I mean, that could be good content. But I hear you, James. It's been a very sexy week for you, and I understand this is a lot. This is a lot.
I'm not a smut lord.
I understand,
and I'm
James.
not a sweat lord.
And
Andy,
look, as your agent, I have one last pitch for you. One last image.
Okay,
and if you look at this image and you say you want to quit, there's the door, buddy. I'll let you walk right out it, okay?
All right. Well, let's see it.
All right, here we go.
Right now, I'm not certain I want to be the master of anyone's ceremonies outside of this show. All right, I'm prepared for this.
You want to read that out for us, James?
Collabs coming this week, and then you created a phallic image using number 8, a bunch of equal signs, a closed bracket, and a little squiggle that I assume is ejaculate, with an image of you, me, and Jason at a gas station, and then you've done a shabbily job of photoshopping Dimitri Kirez in. Andy, I'm looking at this image. I'm going to respond in the immortal words of Randy Jackson. It's a no for me, dog.
Well, we tried, James. We really tried. And look, I respect. Look, I think we've opened some doors for you. We've closed other ones, and you know, this was a fun project. But I will be shutting down the OnlyFans as per your request, because even more than your agent, I'm your friend, James.
Let's hold on. Let's hold on to the money, though, right?
Oh, I've already spent it all.
Well, Andy, consider that your payout for all the hard work that you do every Wednesday and filling in tonight. I love you.
That's all right, James. Hey, thanks, man, for indulging me. And I'm going to go wash my car and listen to my favorite car wash song, which is Blink-182's Stay Together for the Kids.
Good luck with that. I can't say I approve of the song, but you do as you want, and you follow your bliss. Thank you, Andy. Folks, that is it. That is the end of the week, and that is our show. God knows I have tried, but maybe I'm just not this positive guy. Maybe I'm the type of guy that wants to talk about laying pipe all night long without actually having to lay pipe all night long. My daddy didn't work construction, or my brother too. They don't got me in the union, and I ain't paying my dues. And I don't work so hard, paying for none of this stuff. 8 days a week, it's never enough. And if you don't know what that is, those are the lyrics to Dave Wilcox, Layin' Pipe. Starting now into next week, I go back to who I was. I don't know what the future of this show looks like. Maybe it's time to unplug and let things get dirty and weird, and not in the dirty way that these Andy Assafs and these Dimitri Kirez's will have you have. Maybe it's time that we let the crazies loose. By crazies, maybe it's time we let the number one crazy loose. And you're looking at him. Because for a year, I've been the straight man. I've been Mr. Neutral. Maybe it's time that we turn the volume up. Gives me something to think about. I'll live with it over the weekend. Until then, I want to thank Andy Assaf. I want to thank Jason Grimmer. Of course, I have to thank Joddaurgh for being here, and I have to thank you for watching. Until then, we will see you on Monday. Enjoy the lifted curfew. Until then, I am James. You are you. We were here. Good night, goodbye, farewell, and be well.